My name is David Prown. I'm the third generation owner of Prown's Home Improvements here in Red Bank, New Jersey. Prown's was founded in 1925. Incidentally, behind the camera today is my son Joshua, who might be a fourth generation owner. But let's get back and tell a little bit about the history of Prown's. Prown's was founded in 1925 by my grandfather, Max Prown. And he was founded on Broad Street at 47 Broad Street. When he initially founded the store in 1925, he had a partner, Mr. Cooper, who owned a drugstore in Red Bank, and the initial store's name was Prown Cooper. And that partnership lasted for about 5 years. But after that time, they decided to end that relationship, and my grandfather bought out Mr. Cooper to establish what then became, after Prown Cooper, National 5, 10, and $1 store. This is our original sign from 1930. That's when he established it, and you notice it has the name Stores, meaning because we had more than one location. In fact, we had 6. Red Bank, Atlantic Highlands, Woodbridge, Point Pleasant, Lakewood, Freehold. I think that's all of it. That did okay, except being 1930s was just before the Depression started, and shortly thereafter, I think it was only maybe 2 or 3 years later, he realized that having the 6-store model just didn't work. He consolidated down to the 1-store operation, Prown's, that was in Red Bank at the 47 Broad Street, so we had just that 1 store. The store continued very successfully till August of 1960, where we had a major fire at 47 Broad Street, and 6 months later we relocated across the street to the famous 32 Broad Street location that many of you know and loved. My grandfather continued to own and run the store until 1968, when he unexpectedly passed away in the middle of the night. And the ball was picked up, and my father was the only heir, but he was a professor at Yale, so he continued to own the store, but asked his first cousin and longtime employee, Mr. Ed Strauss, that many of you guys know, to run the store. He had been at Prown's already for 20 years and ran it for the next 20 years fantastically. He was your kind of quintessential retailer. I got involved with the business in 1989. My dad asked me to run the business in 1993 and continue to do so as a traditional Prown's Has Everything store that you all know and love for about 10 years. And the world changed with superstores and internet, etc., and really 5 and dime stores ceased to exist, and single stores was really tough to stay in business in that model. So we consolidated down to running Prown's Home Improvements, which we're doing today at 135 Monmouth Street, Red Bank. Thank you.